Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to roast the community yet again. Now, it's been roughly about a month since part one of the roast video, and I got feedback from the people that were roasting the video. They thought it was funny, no one took offense, and it was all in good fun. However, since that video has been uploaded, I've had other members of the community watch it, reach out to me, ask why they weren't in the video, how can they be in a video, and how can they submit pictures to me. So I clarified the guidelines, made the channel more clear to discover, and really enforced like this is a volunteer only thing. So before we jump into the roasting, I want to remind everyone, I am not roasting these people to intentionally hurt their feelings, nor will I focus on anything I personally know about a person in the video, any type of weight gain, or any type of emotional type of disability that would trigger a fallout or a collapse in someone's psyche, because I am not aiming to hurt anyone on a personal or mental or emotional level. This is all just in good fun to poke at one another and kind of share a laugh at a dark humor expense. Just one last announcement before we hop into the roast of the people who volunteered themselves for this video. I just recently published my first merch line with Teespring. Link to the store will be in the description below for anyone who would like to grab something for themselves, friend, or family member. There are products ranging from shirts, hoodies, sweaters, tank tops, stickers, coffee cups, and just so much more. So please feel free to visit, and remember, each purchase of any product helps to support my content and my channel. And without any further delay, let's get into the actual roast. Now first up, we have Subject Beta. Now that is not his real name, and the reason I do not use his real name is simply because he changes it in my Discord about once every week. And he can't be Subject Alpha because looking at the picture, let's just be honest with ourselves, there's nothing alpha about this guy, and he'll be a beta male for the rest of his life. My dude, you look like the sole inspiration for the kid in the Shrek movie that just sat there and went, do the roar. Like, looking at you and then watching that movie and looking at that kid, it's one and the same. There's no difference. You are that kid. The more I look at your picture, I really can't figure out if you're a 12-year-old kid, an 18-year-old high school dropout, or a 40-year-old man trying to blend in with the youth crowd trying to stay hip. You look like every kid ever who has screamed at anyone on Xbox Live, screaming at them to 1v1 you because you're better than them, and then proceed to explain in vivid detail about how you fucked their mom. My man's virginity is so loud, his wall is back there screaming, #1 Pokimane simp. Looking at this photo, I really can't tell which is more blue, your walls or your balls. I'm really struggling to see you as a human being because this picture makes me think of you as the Pillsbury Doughboy wearing a hat and a hoodie. And I'm still trapped on are you a 12-year-old boy or a 40-year-old man? Either way, looking at this photo, all I can tell you is that your future is going to be filled with registering on lists and not being within 100 yards of any school. But no, Subject Beta is actually pretty cool. He came to my Discord from another streamer he's played multiple Among Us matches with. He takes a joke. He doesn't really get offended, and he's always real quick to kind of throw sass back when people get sassy at him, which is really fun, and I hope he can watch this video, but I don't really want him staying up too late because, I mean, the best things do happen in life after his bedtime. If white trash had a visual picture next to the definition, this would be it. Everything about this picture just screams Ratchet Trailer Park. From the stains on the ground, the cheap whatever the hell that is on the wall, the old-timey swing door with the cigarette in the hand. My brain shut down the second I brought up this picture to roast it. My girl really came outside to squat on the dirtiest pavement at what is definitely a meth house just to bum a smoke to wonder what it feels like to have daddy's love. Adri really out here looking like the trailer park equivalent of Lord Farquaad. Now, I don't quite know what provoked this photo. I don't know the story behind it. I don't know who's taking it. I don't know anything about it. But I'm going to spin a tell and tell my version of what I believe the story to be. And it's that you walked outside of what is most definitely a meth house to have a cigarette, bum a smoke, get rid of some stress, and I assume that somebody probably called you. Now, if you're like me, I hate talking on the phone. I don't want to stand there. I don't want to have a conversation. So I get that you chose to pop a squat on what I assume is a stone step. And here's where stuff gets weird. In the midst of you popping a squat to place your ass on that pavement, you felt it. The bubble, the aggression, the roar, the thunder from down under. You felt and released the most aggressive, blood-curdling, eye-watering, hellish, rage-inducing battle cry of a queef that has ever been heard across all of the lands. Hence the facial expression. You terrorized yourself. You knocked unconscious the man or woman as they were taking this photo of you. I assume it's sideways because they snapped it while falling down. I believe that this horrendous war cry was heard for miles, with dogs erupting in roar, cats running and fleeing for their lives, people crying, babies demanding death, and that face is all you had to represent your sorrow. And then we fast forward, possibly days, possibly weeks, maybe months, could even be a year. But you've since then fixed your face. You no longer have the visual expression of somebody who just murdered half of their local surroundings. But this dog, this poor, poor, sweet dog, collapsed on the floor, struggling to breathe, feeling its life slipping away, because with you being so close to it on the floor, it can detect, it smells, it can still hear the lingering screams of children trapped on your taint from the war cry that you released all those many moons ago. But all jokes aside, Electric here has been probably one of the oldest members in my community. She's been with me almost through the entirety of my year as a content creator. She's been a blast to talk to. She's always down to crack jokes. There's no subject off limits. She can throw punches and get down and dirty with the best of them. She's hilarious to play games with. She's always like the brightest light in the room. Even if she's having a bad day, she will work tirelessly to make your day better. Next up is a real life friend of mine by the name of Reed, or by his Discord name, Cesario, which does make it a little harder because, as I stated at the beginning, I do not intend to focus on anything I personally know about a person or anything to directly single them out or target them as an individual. These are all just roasts based off the photos I see. So I have to be more careful with Reed because I don't want to intentionally aim at him. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to do anything. But sometimes it does get really hard to roast somebody when they're standing in a barn with a grin that just screams, "I eat booty" as a recreational hobby. But it's all really funny though, because Reed wanted to be a part of the first Roast Me video. He submitted a picture for that, and I just didn't get to it because I ran out of time in that video. And with the reception I received from it, and I asked if people wanted a second video, if they wanted to upload more photos into Roast Me, I would make a second video. He threw in 2 photos and then made multiple comments in the Discord stating that he wanted to be roasted, to roast him and roast him. Well, he got so eager and excited that before I even got to making this video, another community member of mine by the name of The Bear, who's another real life friend of mine by the name of Gage, decided to roast him in open chat for the entire Discord to see by stating, "You can't roast someone who is on par with Anakin Skywalker after his charred corpse is lying on the rocks clinging to life." And it's just, with the expression of your eyes there, the fainting fleet of glimmer, he's not wrong. You can't roast somebody who's growing peach fuzz in their mid-20s to early 30s. I see we're moving forward in time with this next picture, and it's good to see that you upgraded from the peach fuzz to what appears to be stray pubes glued to your face. But aside from that, I've really got to ask, Why do you look like a real life adaptation of Mr. Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents? Like, if you wore a white shirt and a tie, I could see you just walking down the street screaming, Fairly Odd Parents! Every single day of your life. Every single day. With a smile like that and a selfie in a car, I've got to ask, how many kids are in the trunk? But in all seriousness, Reed is a really kind, humble, genuine human being who always tries to help and keep those around him smiling. He's down to earth and just so genuine, which is really concerning to say that he's down to earth considering how he's like over 7 feet tall. The man is a literal giant. But in all fairness, he asked for the roast. He wanted to be a part of this. He just wanted to have some laughs. And we can all laugh at his expense, knowing that the only thing that flavor saver on his face is going to catch is the ball sweat after his midnight grinder meetup from a dude in a Taco Bell parking lot. So next up, we have GlitchedSuccess, who is a massive RPG and D&D fanatic. She is awesome with that stuff, but I can tell that she unironically wears ugly Christmas sweaters to every festive occasion. I see your sweater has a nat 20 on it, but looking at the photo, you rolled a nat 1 for that hair. I've really got to ask, why does the room you're sitting in look like the inside of a cardboard box that you get off Amazon? I mean, girl, with a style like this and what I assume are rubber dancing clogs in the background by the other chair, I'd play tons of D&D too as well, just to pretend to be anyone else other than myself. You look like the type of person who writes miles upon miles of fanfic about Minsk and Boo from D&D on just old paper scrolls that you found at the local flea market. Boo Boo Bear, I can tell just by making eye contact with this photo that your favorite campaign in D&D has to be Ravenloft, just so you can live act out a fantasy from Twilight where you make a character named Bella pretend she's a bard and seduce all the vampires in your world so that you can really pretend you're in that scenario. Glitched out here looking like the evil mom from the movie Tangled if she were thicker than a Snicker. You really out here looking like the event coordinator for every feminist rally ever since the dawn of man. Went from messy hair to messy bun, dolled up with jewelry, threw a shawl over the shoulders, ditched the sweater, only to go to her local comic book shop to diss on somebody with the Magic the Gathering mill deck. Girl really out here driving her car around her neighborhood threatening to banish people to the Shadow Realm. You look like the type of girl that tried to do a sexy cosplay one Halloween of Slave Girl Leia and ended up looking like Jabba the Hutt in a metal bikini. But no, Glitched has been in my Discord for a while. She's super nice, super kind, very supportive of everyone. And she genuinely is just a massive nerd, which is incredible because I'm a massive nerd, hence why I could make all the D&D references towards roasting her. Because she does stream a lot of D&D. She's very knowledgeable with 5e and all previous editions of Dungeons & Dragons. She's just been super informative to me for me getting back into the game, and I can't thank her enough. Now, next up is a relatively new community member by the name of Punishpool. And he submitted this photo, and I was just going to ignore it and kind of go off the other one that he sent. But as soon as he submitted this, when he started making references that I can see the Kyle jokes coming now. And I didn't pay attention to what he was holding, but he's like, well, it's a Monster Energy drink, and we all know that Kyle drinks Monster Energy, so I can't deny the man his request. I see he just recently built the frame back around his window because it's like the 4th time this month he's had to replace the drywall there since he keeps punching holes in it. I see he sought out the can that gave him 2 times experience in Halo just so he could try to flex on all of his non-existent friends that he's better than them because he has the higher rank in the party. I can't believe I made fun of Reed's beard with what you got going on your chin. It looked like an angry Scotsman walked up to you, angrily ripped the ball hair off of his sack, and just sucker punched it onto your chin. You know, I see you sporting a shamrock on your t-shirt symbolizing Irish American and, you know, luck of the Irish with the potato famine and all that from back in the day, but I can't imagine you ever having that struggle considering how your head is built like a baked potato. And, you know, circling back to the can that you're chugging right there with the 2 times on it, you know, I've played Apex with you. I've played Rogue Company. And playing with you has made me realize that the only 2 times you're getting are 2 times of these nuts dropping on your chin when I teabag your corpse. My man went from gamer boy Kyle to country boy Cletus driving the back roads in what I assume is a tractor. You look like the rejected 3rd brother of the Dumbledore family that was born into a muggle household named Billy Bob Dumbledong. You know, they say a photo is worth 1,000 words, but when I see this photo, all I can hear is, where's my Pabst Blue Ribbon, and that you want to play a game of hide the sausage with your younger sister. And for anyone wondering, the neon yellow shirt and vest he's wearing, it's not for his own safety in the event that he's out at night to reflect light from high beams. No, it's to give the people he hunts a fair sporting chance so they can see him coming and try to flee as he hunts them through the woods. With you scrunching your face like that, I can only imagine that the inside of where you're sitting smells like month-old Cheeto dust, stale coffee grounds, and unrepressed ancestral energy that you have pent up to every female family member that you have. But all jokes aside, though, it is a lot of fun playing with Punish. As I said, I've played Apex with him. I've played Rogue Company. And even if he performs bad or if somebody on the team performs bad, there's no real rage. There's no salt thrown around. It's just always laughing at each other's expense. I know I've played Apex where I performed really bad and we just laughed at me the entire match. But he's just a really nice guy to play with. Super fun. Always down to share laughs. Doesn't take offense to any type of humor. Even if the chin on his hair only has one use in life, and that's to dust away the dingleberries when he goes down on someone. All right, now that is all for this video, and just like the last time, links for everyone who participated will be down in the description below. Feel free to visit their channel, support their content, possibly drop them a follow. But also be sure to like this video and even subscribe if you haven't, if you got a laugh from any of the roast from this one. Also, do feel free to join my Discord. Link to that will also be in the description below. And let me know in the comments down below if you would like a third entry to the roast series. Maybe next time we won't have any restraints and we might go full uncensored and see what happens. But thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.